Hey everybody, it's been my pleasure to meet the owner and learn the history about this car. What this car is a very thorough replica of the lightweight Mercury Comet Caliente drag car of Don Nicholson in the 1960s. A local customer of ours built this car from scratch. We have so much documentation to include with this car. It comes with a bunch of photos, 300 or 400 photos at least, some magazine articles, a bunch of receipts. It was a pleasure to meet the owner and learn all about it. I'm going to talk about it today, and it's a difficult car to talk about because I want to hit some technical aspects that the drag racers are going to really appreciate, and also kind of explain some things to people who aren't as familiar with these cars. So stick with us and we'll kind of cover the car and go over it. This is a car that we're going to sell on consignment, so it's sold as is with no warranty. We can't arrange shipping for you. Just call us for quotes. You can visit us, find a bunch of photos at hangsters.com. So yeah, let's get started. What we're looking at here is a 1964 Mercury Comet Caliente. This is a lightweight drag car, so we have a lot of custom touches here on the car. Lots of lightweight parts. Fiberglass hood here. You can see that big bulge here to allow room for those two 4-barrel carburetors. We'll see those later. Kind of a mesh here at the back, just keep anything from going in there. Hood pins you can see here. There's a prop rod that kind of holds that hood open. Very lightweight. Fiberglass fenders here on the car too, both sides. Fiberglass front bumper on the car. Here on the front, we have that original grille, but the two inner headlights have been removed from the car, and that's where your intake is for your air intake. There's some hosing under the hood, leads right into the air cleaner here on the car. We'll take a good look at that at the end of the video. And we do have headlights here on the outer edges. Paint's kind of a creamy white color. It's in good condition, shows really well, nice and shiny throughout the car. One thing that the owner paid attention to closely was the placement of the sponsorships on the car. These are all hand painted on the car here. Very neat job throughout. Even the badging in the exact correct place. Luckily, the owner was able to find one of the original race cars and spent some time kind of studying the car, taking measurements. You'll see in the photos that are included with the car of all the attention to detail here, things measured out exactly perfectly here. Not only the emblems but underneath the car, really, really thorough reproduction is what we're looking at here. So steel wheels here on the car, painted in the color to match. Skinny tires on the front, 5.60 15s. You can see, really no use on them. You can see all the nipples here, rubber, still from a new tire. The doors on this car, these are steel doors, but fiberglass doors are included if someone wants to put those on the car. The originals did come with fiberglass doors. These ones are steel, but still hand painted here, all on the doors, even these flags. Here's our AFX racing class with our 427 painted there for the 427 engine that's in the car. The bright work on the car, super nice, really great condition throughout, super shiny. Fits together really well. The front windshield is clear. There's no chips in it or anything like that. Some more touches here for weight savings. We have plexiglass windows here for these door windows. Moldings down the side of the car look good, line up nice. Those are original pieces. They show very, very well. Retro throwback stickers here on the quarter windows as well. Here we can talk about some of the modifications made to the car. Big wide drag slicks here on the back of the car, Mickey Thompson ET drags, 28 by 950s here, steel wheels. They're so big and wide that the arches here had to be modified on this car. The original race cars were like that as well. So here moved, I think, 2 inches forward from the original wheel well opening on the regular Comets. Another neat thing is kind of like a bead lock system here where there are bolts drilled through the steel wheel into the bead of the tire directly. So when you're drag racing, you want to air that tire down and then get a good launch. The tire won't slip. Back of the car, metal quarter panels, of course. The roof, of course, is metal. And then our trunk lid on the back, fiberglass metal bumper here on the back. The chrome looks nice. It's in good shape. This car, bodywork is really nice. It wasn't used as a drag car, it was used as a showpiece, so there's no chipping or rubber or anything built up here on the rear quarter panels. You can probably see a little bit from the video here, the roll cage inside. We'll take a closer look at that when we get to that point. Let's take a look at the interior of our Comet. It's our door panel in excellent condition, bright vibrant red, no damage or wear whatsoever, looks nearly new, as does the rest of the interior. You can see here we have our roll cage welded into the chassis of the car, some reinforcements underneath for that. Roll cage goes back here through the parcel tray into the trunk, which we'll see. Of course, fire extinguisher here and our racing seat belts mounted to our roll cage. Seats, interesting story, lightweight seats here from a Ford Econoline. Those are correct for what was used back in the day. Factory style steering wheel there and gauge cluster. We do have some auxiliary gauges here with our oil pressure, temperature as well. Varigate shifter, very interesting the way this shifts for drag racing. Very nice. Red carpet, custom made for the car. Very, very nice condition all the way throughout. The dash pad looks very nice. Interesting story on the tachometer. Very hard to find. Rotunda tach, 8,000 RPM. Chrome work, or the bright work on the dashboard's in good condition, shows very well. Headliner, white color, in great shape as well. You can see the attention to detail here in the paint job of the car, the sills, the door jambs, the hinge areas, super, super clean. This could be a show car for you or a nostalgic racer. Let's take a look inside the trunk. So our battery with our shutoff there connected to that lever. You can see our roll bar there. Extra welded supports welded into the body of the car. Super nice, neat paint job in here inside the trunk. New wiring harness in the car. Small touches like this really kind of set this car apart. Original fiber style boards there. Great shiny paint in the jamb here in the trunk. The seal looks very nice. No springs here to hold the hood open, that's why we have a prop rod just for weight savings there. Underside of the fiberglass trunk lid, painted in the same off-white color to match. Very, very clean. All right, I'm probably gonna have to scoot down a little bit so I fit in the frame here. Let's take a look at the rear of the car. You see the factory Mercury Comet taillights here, that plastic, those lenses are in really good condition. I like the 3 individual circle bezels here with the bright work trim around there. The trunk panel on the car, the trunk lid, it's fiberglass as well, so weight savings there. What we have here is our shutoff for our battery. We'll take a look at that when we open up the trunk. Here on the rear bumper, this is a steel bumper, chromed steel in the back. Very nice condition on the chrome, really nice and straight. The fitment is good here on the body of the car. Bumper bolts look good here. Very interesting car because it's kind of like a showpiece. You know, excellent cosmetic condition all the way around, inside, outside, underneath. But then it was built to do a purpose. So, you know, if it's something you want to do nostalgic drag racing with it, the car's definitely up for that. Here down the passenger side, looking at more of that bright work here. Nice Mercury badge and Comet individual letters here. One thing I appreciate about this car is all the hand painted lettering here. If you look up some photos of these cars, Don Nicholson's cars from the 60s, you'll see this is pretty much like an exact replica. You wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. Atlanta District Mercury dealers here, painted real nice. All the paint's shiny. The hand lettering is nice and neat, super crisp. Nothing's flaking off. It looks very good. Bright work down the side of the car continues to look good here on the passenger side. Door handle chrome good. Bright work here around our window looks good. Inside the drip rail, super nice. Very nice consistent glossy paint on the roof of the car as well. Gaps are nice here for our doors. Like I mentioned, steel doors here on the car. Gap's consistent, it's flush, front and rear. More hand-painted lettering here on the fender. Looking real good. The wheel wells are stock on the front of the car. Really nice, smooth bodywork underneath the fender lips there. All right, let's take a look at the engine compartment here on the Comet. Fiberglass hood, nice paint all the way around. What we're looking at here is Dyno Don Nicholson's signature. Interesting story there. The car was built, taken to car shows. Don Nicholson was there. Owner had Don sign the car, look it over. Really great story. Photos to back that all up. I really enjoyed learning about this car. So what we have here, 427 Ford engine, side oiler, cross-bolted main bearings. It's got all the right parts. The Lemans crankshaft, Lemans connecting rods, custom high compression pistons made by Eggy Machine, solid lifters, competition cams. Cylinder heads, medium rise, Carrol Shelby heads on the car. Got two 4-bell carburetors, Holley 650 CFM 4 barrels. Correct codes on these two, exactly to the race car, the BN and the BT carbs. Custom air intake here, as you can see, running from those inner headlights. Ducting runs up right to the air cleaner there. It's a high volume oil pump in the car. It's a Melling oil pump. McLeod clutch and pressure plate in the car. Talk about the headers when I'm underneath the car. So very interesting story there. Transmission in the car is a 4-speed top loader Ford, totally modified by Liberty Gear Company. Gears were notched. There's no synchros. We talked about that variegate shifter when we looked at the inside of the car. As you can see, super clean under here, detailed to a very high standard all the way around. Shock towers are modified, widened for the big block motor, put in a jig. So if you'd like any more information, you can always reach out to us at hanksters.com. Give us a call, shoot us an email. This car is not just kind of a modifications on the top side. We're going to show you the bottom. We'll keep talking about why this is such a great replica of those original drag cars. And then finally at the end we'll start it up and you can hear what it sounds like. All right, welcome back. I'm underneath our 1964 Mercury Comet Caliente lightweight drag car. This car is on consignment, so we have tons of photos, literature, receipts, magazine articles, all on a flash drive that go with the car. We're lucky enough to, the owner's local to us, so he shared all those things and we put it in a nice format for you. But we can kind of see it in person. Let's take a look. I'm not really going to bore you with some of the normal stuff we talk about, you know, the suspension, the ball joints, the steering and stuff. We'll talk about the cool stuff on this car. Fiberglass, lots of lightweight savings here on the car. So the fiberglass bumper here, it's painted into silver, so it might look like it's metal. It's not. Fiberglass here, the fenders are fiberglass. Hood, deck lid. It has steel doors, but it'll come with fiberglass doors as well. Here for the drivetrain, we can start with the 427 side oiler block. Here, Ford engine. See it's painted in a really nice black color from top to bottom. Our oil pan here extended probably 4 inches just for extra capacity. I'll make sure to keep that engine cool. Drain plugs nice and dry. No signs of leaks here around the engine. One thing I really liked about the car, talking to the owner, was the headers. He was lucky enough to be able to go and see one of the original cars. There were 21 of them, and he found one. I went to view it. He said like 4 or 5 times to get measurements and things. So these headers are reproduced to those specifications. You can see just the open header here ends at the collector. The one on this side is really neat. One of the tubes comes out into the wheel well back in to the cylinder head on this side. That's just because there's no clearance here for this. You can see the starters right there. There's no clearance, so it had to be done that way. But really, all the suspension components, the sway bar, everything, great condition, really good finish, nearly new stuff. The car was built years ago, but really no use to it. Here at the back of the engine, we can see our scatter shield, really common for drag racing. Top loader 4-speed transmission, straight cut gears in this trans. Synchros are gone. They won't handle the abuse for drag racing, so straight cut gears in this 4-speed. It doesn't have an H pattern either. It's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, straight up and down. So very efficient for what this car was made to do. As you can see, the underside of the car all painted in the same color as the exterior, just kind of a creamy white color. Here, real nice and neat, shiny paint all throughout the bottom of the car. Real skinny tires up front. This car didn't need to handle well. It was made for going in a straight line, so small light tires on the front. We'll flip the camera around and take a look from the back, and we'll see some more modifications and keep going. All right, let's keep going here on the rear side of the Comet. Here we can see some chassis stiffening here. We have a connector from the front of the frame all the way to the back here, and then a loop under the drive shaft, all super strong welded metal. Just keeps your chassis flex to a minimum when you're putting this car down the track. Here's our drive shaft. No play, of course. Really neat custom traction bars here, welded to the rear axle, big and beefy here, connected to that custom brace here around the drive shaft. What we have is a 9-inch rear Ford rear end here. There's 31 Spline Moser axles, 456 Moser gears here in the rear. All this is painted up real nice. Fuel filter and fuel pump, as we can see here. All the fittings are nice, dry, clamped all in place. Some modifications here to the rear, which are kind of cool. Springs, they were moved, clearanced, and then here on this side, shaved down for clearance for the wide tires here, done on both sides of the car. So that's pretty cool. Another thing, that modification on this car were the wheel wells were modified, moved forward and lengthened to allow for clearance for these big slick tires on the back of the car, which, as you can see, the slicks are in good condition. Then here at the rear, we're looking at our fuel tank. That mounts in from the trunk. It's in good condition. There's no damage on it at all. Our leaf springs here mounted with a shackle to our frame rail. Everything looks nice and clean. All the back end of the car is painted in that off-white color as well. No signs of corrosion. Everything under here looks really good. The rear bumper of the car, that's steel though, not a fiberglass bumper there, so a chromed steel rear bumper on the car. So we're going to do a startup on the car. I think we're going to take it outside to do the startup since it's pretty loud. So hang tight and we'll take a listen to that 427 engine.